Since Ahmad got a raise for his paycheck at work, he thought it's time for him to stop going to work by public transport every morning. After saving some money for some time, he thought about buying his own car. On a sunny day, he went to a few car dealers to look around and tried to see if he could get a car at an affordable price. While strolling around in the dealership, a car took his attention because it had a sign next to it that said "Special Offer". Ahmad was thrilled to see a second-hand car model released a few years ago selling for a cheap price. Without thinking any further, Ahmad immediately approached the dealer to start negotiating for a cheap price. When the dealer was about to hand the paperwork over to Ahmad, a phone call came in from Ahmad's phone. It was from his colleague, Zainab, who said they had to meet up at a nearby coffee shop due to work-related issues. Ahmad then left the dealership without making any purchase, leaving his contact number to the dealer. When Ahmad met Zainab at a coffee shop, they started to work on a small issue related to their work. After some time, they finally finished their work and started to chit-chat with one another. This is when Ahmad started to talk about his joy when he found a second-hand car selling at a cheap price.
You will not believe how happy I was when I found a suitable car for me at the dealership.
A car? Wait, you only just surveyed for half a day before you decided to immediately buy a car?
Yes, I saw this car at a dealership that said it had a special offer for it, and it immediately got my attention.
It actually makes me wonder, why would you go for a car with a special offer, since there are many more cars available at reasonable prices that may be better than that car you were interested in? Something tells me you didn't even think this critically on how that car would affect you. Did you ask the dealership for any information about the car?
I didn't get the chance to ask the dealer anything because you called me when the dealer was approaching me.
My bad. Sorry.
Although I did see something on the sign saying that the car is a second-hand car. Maybe that's why it was cheap. Plus, the car is an old model released a few years ago.
You see, Ahmad, this is why you should think carefully when doing something, especially if it affects your life for a long term. Why didn't you apply critical thinking when you saw that special offer sign?
Critical thinking. Long term, I have no idea what on earth you are talking about.
Critical thinking is actually...
Never mind, I already googled it, and it says that critical thinking is the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, blah blah blah, and all boring stuff. How is something like this supposed to relate to my life?
To be honest, I don't really know how to explain it right now.
Hi you alls, what are you talking about? Mind if I join you guys?
So, what are you doing here? I thought you had a job trip out of town because you were offered a promotion at another department.
Well, I actually declined that promotion.
Why did you decline the promotion? I thought you've been waiting that new position for a long time.
True, you always said that you couldn't wait to be transferred to another department, since they have a better environment.
Let me stop you right there. Hear me out for a bit. Yes, it's true that I've been craving that promotion for some time. But after a few days of thinking carefully about the other department, I thought it would be better if I stay at my current department with you guys. It's just that when I thought about the effects of the new department, effects that it wouldn't have on me, for example, the reason why that position was open is because of the other person resigned their position as the head of department. Because rumor says that almost everyone in that department only thinks for themselves, making them all selfish. Because of my critical thinking, I thought that if I were to take that position, I wouldn't be able to change all their behavior unless the company's boss takes action, which he doesn't even bother to.
Why are you also talking about this critical thinking stuff? You and Zainab both make me feel uneasy hearing that word.
Why? Is something bothering you?
Nothing is wrong actually. I was just thinking to buy a car when Zainab confronted me that I needed to use critical thinking before I purchased that car that was on a special offer at the dealership just at the end of the street.
It's true, you need to use critical thinking in your daily life so that you wouldn't be affected by any actions you make. For example, when buying something, you need to think of how that item benefits you, what are the pros and cons of the item, and you need to keep questioning yourself, why is that item the way it is, like if it has a cheap price or why does it have a high demand, and so on.
That's what I was trying to say to him, but he just would not understand.
Wait, I think I can picture what critical thinking is right now. But I think I might need some help with the car dealership.
Are you talking about the dealership down the street? If so, then I could call my cousin Jamal who knows stuff about car to help you out.
Yeah, sure. That would totally help me. Tell him to meet me at the car dealership tomorrow morning.
Hey Jamal, it's your favorite cousin here.
Hi Kalsom, what do you want?
A friend of mine needs your help to buy a car. Could you meet him tomorrow at the dealership at the end of the street nearby the coffee shop I usually go?
Sure, I'm free tomorrow morning.
Hello, is this Mr. Ahmad, the guy that came in to buy the car with the special offer this morning?
Yes, this is Ahmad. Who is this calling me?
I am Nurul, the dealer you met this morning. You left your contact number and I called you because I was wondering if you are still interested to buy the car since the car will be soon unavailable.
I'm sorry for leaving in a rush this morning. I'm still considering to buy the car. I will come to the dealership tomorrow to discuss it with you.
Alright then, I will see you tomorrow.
Hi, you must be Jamal, Kalsum's cousin, right?
Yeah bro, I'm Jamal, here to help you with the car. But before that, can you tell me some details about the car before we go in?
Sure. You see that car right there?
The one with the special offer sign?
Yes, that's the car I was thinking about.
Whoa, wait a minute. There's something I need to see first. The sign says special offer and below it there's a small info that says it's a second-hand car. I think you really need to rethink this.
I still don't see what there is to think about an affordable car.
Good day, friends. I see you brought a friend there. So, what will it be, Mr. Ahmad? Would you be interested in buying this car?
Before that, could you please give us the details of this car?
Gladly, this is the 2017 Melo X3 produced by the well-known car brand Melo. It has a 659cc engine, 3-cylinder carbureted inline engine producing 23 kW, packed to a 4-speed manual transmission. The material created
Okay, I think that's enough. May I have some privacy with my friend to discuss?
Surely, just take note that this car still drives well and is at a cheap price during this special offer. I will be inside the dealership for any inquiries.
After hearing the details, I felt more eager to buy this car. What do you have to say? I'm guessing you're going to want to use that critical thinking stuff that your cousin Kalsum and my friend Zainab talk about.
Actually, yes. Critical thinking is needed here. If you still have no idea with what critical thinking is, let me explain it a bit. When the sign said second hand, did you not think about why it was sold by the previous owner?
Not really. Maybe because the previous owner just wanted to get another car or because they urgently want money.
That may be true, but there could also be other factors that made the previous owner sold the car as a second hand and made the dealership sell it at a cheap price. If we were to implement critical thinking here, we can think about the car's interior and also the system in it, like the brake discs, the rims, the overall performance of the car, and others. If we dig even deeper, we could also see that the dealership sell the car at a cheap price, maybe because the car has been modified and no longer has its factory and original parts.
What's so bad about modified parts? If the part were changed to new parts, I would expect the car to perform better.
This is why we also need to think long term about our decisions. If you were to get into a car accident one day and the car parts found were modified, your insurance will not cover all the costs because of the modification on the car, even though you were not the one that modified the car.
But what if I never got into an accident and always drive safely? What would critical thinking say about that?
If you never get into an accident, there will soon be a time where the parts of the car will need maintenance or replacement. Plus, this car is an old model, so the part will not easily be found soon and would cause you more trouble in the future.
I see. The dealer also said that the car would be unavailable soon. Why is that?
This is probably because nobody else would want the old second-hand car, even if it is at a cheap price. The community around us uses critical thinking to evaluate the information on the car. The dealer will only give you the overall benefits to persuade you into thinking that this car is the best for you.
I think I have a clear view of critical thinking and why it must be used in our daily life.
Now then, shall we head inside the dealership?
Yes, let's go.
So, have you made up your mind, Mr. Ahmad?
Yes, I would like to decline the offer.
Why? I already said that the car is at an affordable price and the condition is still good. If you want a better price, then we can discuss this so that you can own this car as low as I can offer you. Please rethink your decision as this car would never be yours if you decline this offer.
It's okay. I think that there are better cars out there that would be better. And if I wait a little for my savings to add up, I could afford a new first-hand car.
Interesting way of thinking, Mr. Ahmad. How are you so confident with your opinion?
It's because I implemented critical thinking into evaluating my choices in my life from now on.